Hello, welcome back to Mr. Menta's Advanced ELL class. This series is going to be the most difficult and challenging set of English lessons that I'm going to be putting up on YouTube. I have decided to start with a review of the past tense, which places us in chapter 16 of the Blue Book. Some of you may remember working with this. For some of you, this may be totally new. Other people might think that you already know the speaking part, but hang on, because it gets harder as we go along, and we're going to do a lot of writing. This is good writing practice too. So, before you begin this section, you should have printed out at home this worksheet, worksheet 122, which you can find in the description of this YouTube video. Print this out at home. And then you can either print out or just pull up on your computer this page of the textbook, page 149, again in the description of the YouTube video, and this page of the textbook, page 151. So, we are going to start out the beginning of chapter 16 right here. As you see, we're focusing in chapter 16 on the past tense. Talking about things that already happened in the past. Talking about yesterday. Talking about last week. You know, and once you get to the advanced level of English, it's not okay to say, yesterday I eat lunch. You ate lunch yesterday. And there's 1,000 little examples of things like that that have to change because we're talking about the past. And I want to practice them with you today, and I'll make sure you get them every time. So we're going to start out by going over the vocab that we will be using in chapter 16 to talk about the past. Some of our verbs to talk about the past. So, take this worksheet out at home, the page out at home, and follow along with me. Okay. All right. So, number one, got up. Not get up, got up. 2, took a shower. Not take a shower, took a shower. 3, had breakfast. 4, read the newspaper. 5, did exercises. These are the words we're going to be using the whole rest of the chapter, so I want to make sure we've got them all down, and pay attention to the spelling. You're going to have to spell these words too. You're going to have to write them and spell them, okay? Number 6, ate lunch. Number 7, drove to the supermarket. Number 8, bought groceries. Number 9, made dinner. Number 10, wrote a letter. Number 11, saw a movie. And number 12, went to sleep. All right. So that's what we're going to be doing for the course. All the next videos on chapter 16, we're going to be focusing on using those words, using and spelling. Let's go on now to the next page of the textbook. Page 151. Okay? And we've got one of our text boxes here showing us how to use one of the grammatical rules. We're used to this. We use this all the time. I brushed my teeth. I worked. I didn't work. Did not. Now here's the thing to notice here. When you say a negative, didn't work, did not work, you don't have an ed at the end. I'm going to make this bigger, so let's see if I can. Okay? I worked, we have an ed at the end here to show that it happened in the past. But I didn't work, no ed, because this did here tells us it's in the past, okay? That's a very important rule that I often see people miss, so pay attention to that. Over here now we have the questions. Did you work? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. This might seem simple now, but we're going to make it much more complicated as we go along throughout this chapter. So this is laying the foundation, so stay with me. Okay? Now I've got some great vocab words here. Words for today, words for yesterday. So today is this morning, this afternoon, this evening, and tonight. That's what's happening now. Yesterday, yesterday morning, yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening, and last night. That's happened yesterday. Okay. I think that's enough setup. Let's get to our first exercise. So, over here we have a model conversation. Did you brush your hair this morning? No, I didn't. I brushed my teeth. Okay? So, in the question, we have the word in the form of we saying every day. Brush. In the answer, we have it in the past tense. Brushed. Okay? So you're going to need to switch that. Every time you do this, we're going to make more conversations like these to practice question and answers talking about the past. Now, normally this next conversation is going to be a speaking exercise. That's how we used to do it back when we were meeting in school. But we're not in school anymore. So I know that most of you don't have someone at home to practice with. So I want you to write this as a writing exercise. If you do have someone at home to practice with, brother, sister, parents, who will do this as a speaking exercise with you, do it. That's great. That's great practice. But Mr. Menta's at-home ELL classes are going to be very writing heavy. We're going to do a lot of writing, so I want you to do the writing exercise as well. We're here for a lot of writing. That's what the YouTube classes are going to be. So, you've got a question. Did he wash his windows yesterday morning? I want you to write the answer. Did he wash his windows yesterday morning? Okay, and then let's see here. We're going to say, no, he didn't. He washed his car. See? So every one of these pictures is going to have something that you need to figure out what's really going on in the picture, and you write that. And I want you to write 2 sentences. So over here you write, no he didn't, sentence 1. He washed his car, sentence 2. Okay? So I want you to take out your sheet of notebook paper and write that for every one of these. Yes, I should have said that at the beginning of the video. I did not. I apologize. But you also need a sheet of notebook paper for this one. So I'll make sure I put that in the description. And feel free to pause the video now and get out your sheet of notebook paper. So what I want you to do for each one of these, okay, go ahead and let's go ahead and write the question as well. Let's get a lot of good writing question. Right? Did she paint her kitchen this afternoon? And then write the answer. No, she didn't. What'd she do? She painted her bedroom. So that's 2 answers I've given you for free. I want you to do the rest on your own. Make sure you write all the answers. What you should do now is pause the video. Pause the video and then unpause it once you've finished writing all the answers, and then I will go over the answers with you. So, don't rush ahead. We're on the honor system here. Pause the video and write the answers to the questions. All right? Pause the video. I'll wait. Okay, did you pause it? Did you take time to write the answers on a sheet of notebook paper? Great. So now, I will go over the answers. So what you need to do now is look at what you wrote and then listen to what I say and see if what I said matches what you wrote. And then really what you got to look for is the spelling. Pay attention to the words, pay attention to the way you saw them on the other page in the textbook. I can't check your spelling for you because I'm not at home with you, so you got to do that on your own. Pay attention to spelling. We're caring about spelling here. So, did this already. Did he wash his windows yesterday morning? No, he didn't. He washed his car. Did she paint her kitchen this afternoon? No, she didn't. She painted her bedroom. Did they study English last night? No, they didn't. They studied Chinese. Can't really see that from here, but you should be able to see it at home. Did you and your friends play tennis yesterday afternoon? No, we didn't. And I hope you wrote we. I hope you didn't write they. No, we didn't. We played basketball. Did he bake a pie today? No, he didn't. He baked a cake. And last one. Did you listen to the news this morning? No, I didn't. I listened to music. You can see music right here. These are musical notes. All right. So that was your writing exercise, and now we're going to do a worksheet before we call it a day on this lesson. So take out worksheet, page 122, this one. And this worksheet is going to practice going over the same things that we just went over in the textbook. Okay? You've got a picture in each one of these, and then you have a sentence, and the sentence is going to be wrong. I'll make this one bigger so we can zoom in on it. Okay, so over here, Jennifer brushed her teeth last night. Did Jennifer brush her teeth last night? Look at the picture. What's that? Okay, she didn't brush her teeth. She brushed her hair. I'm going to make this even bigger because this is the point. This is the big lesson here. Didn't brush, no ed. Brushed, ed. That's the difference between making a positive and a negative statement in the past tense in our English class. This is one of the things that we're trying to get down in this. So we're going to have a lot of statements like this. You're going to look at the picture, you're going to figure out what's wrong with it, and then you say, first, one sentence, what they didn't do, and then the next sentence, what they did do. Okay? So let's do number 2 together. Okay? So our statement is, Kevin played the violin yesterday afternoon. Okay? Okay? What's wrong with that? That's the first thing you got to figure out. Okay? Did he play the violin? Is that a violin? No. It's a piano. So next we have to write, with correct grammar and correct spelling, he didn't play the violin. Remember your period. This is advanced class. We got to remember our periods. And the next sentence down here, he played the piano. Get the idea? All right. So you're going to read through the rest of these and fill in the correct answers. Then after you're done with that, I will go over it and you have to listen to what I say and compare it to what you wrote and make sure you got the answer correct. So first, pause the video now and fill out the worksheet, and then unpause it when you're ready to go over the answers with me. All right? I'll wait. Okay. Did you fill out the worksheet? All right. All right. So, following along on your worksheet at home, actually, I'm going to pull out my own copy of the textbook here. Easy to do. Okay. Harold and Betty listened to the news yesterday evening. So again, same thing. We know it's not the news because we can see the music notes here. So, they, make sure you write they, make sure you didn't write he or we, they didn't listen to the news, period. They listened, ed, to music, period. Number 4. Mrs. Martinez waited for the train this afternoon. Okay. For this, you have to read this sign, which says bus stop. So we know she didn't wait for the train. She didn't wait for the train, period. She waited for the bus. And again, I'm going to repeat myself because this is the main lesson they want us to be learning here. Over here you write waited. W-A-I-T-E-D. Over here, you just write wait. W-A-I-T. Because you had the didn't in front of it. Didn't wait, waited. This is the kind of thing we're practicing here. This is what we're trying to build up a habit. Number 5. Frank fixed his fence yesterday morning. He didn't fix his fence. He fixed his bicycle. So make sure you wrote he fixed. F-I-X-E-D. Don't write he fixed his bicycle. I don't want to see that. He fixed his bicycle. F-I-X-E-D. Number 6. Mr. and Mrs. Park cleaned their attic today. They didn't clean their attic. Make sure you spell their correctly, by the way. T-H-E-I-R. Make sure we're all clear on that. They cleaned their yard. Number 7. Marvin baked a pie yesterday evening. He didn't bake a pie. He baked a cake. Again, baked. Make sure you spell baked, B-A-K-E-D. Make sure you have that E-D there to show that it's the past tense. Patty called her grandmother last night. See that picture there? She didn't call her grandmother. She called her grandfather. We can safely assume that's her grandfather. Okay, so that was the first part of our review of past tense, which is going to be covering chapter 16 of the book. It is going to be getting more difficult from here. I recommend that you try to finish about one of these units every week. You can go ahead and watch the next video right after this one if you want, or you can take a break and pick up tomorrow.